In this video, I will be talking about the album Liebe, alle by the band Rammstein, or in other words, the album title I never remember the name of. This is their sixth album, released on October 16th, 19th, and 20th in 2009, and in the countries of Europe, the UK, and the US, respectively. And the band would have like a 10-year gap between this album and the self-titled one from 2019. So this album was censored in Germany because of that one song, and they also had a #1 hit in Germany. But first, let me talk about the censorship. It was the first album that was added to the index of the Federal Department for Media Harmful to Young Persons. This is a department in Germany, and they monitor inappropriate material in music. And they put this album on that list because of the song Ich du dir weh, or which means I hurt you. And there's also a picture of the album booklet showing one of the members spanking a nude woman. So for that reason, it could not be sold to minors or displayed in stores where minors had access to it. Now they released a music video and they released it on a porn site, and it got taken down because they're not supposed to do any type of advertising for these albums on this list. Now, fortunately, the album was taken off the censorship list in May 2010. Then the music video was released online on December 21st, 2009. And it was hosted on this adult porn site called Visit X. It was directed by Jonas Ackerlund. And the video shows the band performing with equipment. It has these black and gray colors, and Till Lindemann and Oliver Rydell are wearing these eye contacts, and they turn these different colors. Lindemann's mouth kind of emits this light when he sings, and he runs a cable through his cheek, and the light is mounted inside of his mouth. But Lindemann wanted it to be authentic, so he kind of had a piercing done, so he can put the light directly into his mouth. So at the end of the video, the stage around the member Flake kind of fills with electricity, and the band members end up exploding on the last note. And the song's actually pretty good. Actually, it does have more of an old school Rammstein sound. So the song itself is pretty good. Now they had that #1 hit called Pussy. Now this is, in my opinion, their second worst song after Te Quiero Puta. It has lyrics like, "You've got a pussy, I have a dick. So what's the problem? Let's do it quick." Now, first of all, that's the worst pickup line in the history of anything. But this song went to #1. But I mean, what am I gonna say? In the U.S., Cardi B's WAP was in #1 for 4 weeks. So, that happens. But they do this in their live shows, and they close the show with it. Till Lindemann gets on top of this giant penis cannon, and it shoots foam into the crowd. So it is cringy, but it's what was popular. So let me talk about the other songs now. So the first track, Ram Lied, called Ram Song. This one has this atmospheric intro as Lindemann singing nice Middle Eastern chanting style, and song sounds like a Rammstein from the first album, when it's saying that Rammstein, that chant. But it does focus more on the electronics and a modern rock sound. They incorporate some acoustic guitars and this Middle Eastern sounding vocals towards the end. Waldmann's Heil, or Huntsman's Salute. This one has this fanfare intro, followed by some old school heavy riffs, and the album has a thick bass sound in the verse, and also cool palm muted riffs in the song. Track 4, Haifsich, or Shark. This one has a music video, and it has the band, the funeral of Till Lindemann. There's some mourners, Marilyn Manson is one of them. Then there's a fight between two women who had Till's children. The rest of the band, they're kind of contemplating who should replace Lindemann as a singer. So they're suggesting either Henry Rollins or James Hetfield, and they're kind of leaning towards Hetfield at that point. And the video continues. Then they lower the coffin into the grave. And it has an inscription that says Eindig Eilen, which in Germany means finally alone. Then they're showing these different like scenarios, how like Lindemann died, and they're all based on these previous like Rammstein videos. And they play the song live, and they usually have like a band member. It's usually Flake or many other ones, and they surf the crowd in an inflatable boat. Now they had previously done this in other songs like Stripped or Seaman or Higher Rate and Meek, but then the band member like has like a flag of the country where the show is being performed in, and it's just one of the things that they always do live. It does have an 80s modern rock feel mixed with their signature sound and a pretty cool like interlude with a drum beat. So the song is actually very good. I like this one a lot. Track 5, it's called B and then like asterisks, and does have a very like 2000s nu metal type of sound. These like thick down-tuned riffs. It's a very heavy song, moves at like a slow pace. Also some of the most brutal sounding vocals we hear from Lindemann. Now the title is actually called Buchstabu, and according to the band it means like whatever you want, but there's different interpretations like dealing with addiction or other topics. Track 6, Frühling in Paris, or Springtime in Paris. The ballad driven by like finger-picked acoustic guitar, some light electronic sounds, and a slow drum beat. Kind of builds as the song progresses and has more of like a lighter atmosphere and upbeat tone. Track 7, Wiener Blut, or Viennese Blood. This one has these really heavy stop-start riffs, kind of between the verses, and it's a very heavy song, usually like quieter atmospheric parts and very heavy riffs. Track 9, the title track, Liebe ist für alle da, Love is there for everyone. Has like this marching band style drum beat with heavy riffs and sound samples, and this is a heavy song, reminding me of early 90s Ministry. Track 10, Mehr, meaning more. This one's heavy on the electronics, has a modern rock style at first, but they incorporate some of those heavy riffs, and they've been hearing a lot in this album. Another song reminded me of like early Ministry with like a heavy industrial metal sound and a nice balance of like the light and heavy with the song. Track 11, Roter Sand, or Red Sand. Very laid back song, has haunting atmosphere, slow acoustic guitars playing these arpeggios. And the song is one of the more atmospheric and cinematic types of songs with some like whistling parts to do. Can't really do that one very well, but something like that. The album has a deluxe version. There's more songs. I didn't really want to talk about them because this video is actually getting kind of long. So in conclusion, let me just wrap it up. They do start to get heavier on this album. I mean, the songs are good, but this album doesn't really have any like great moments. I mean, it's a very good Rammstein album, has a modern sounds, it brings in some more of their heaviness from their like earlier albums. It's a good album, but at the same time, I think it ranks a little more towards the bottom of their discography, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this album. So that is all. Weekend is here. I will be reviewing the new album with Chill Dude on the Couch, and that will be Monday evening. We're doing a collaboration video, just kind of give ourselves some time to kind of like let the album absorb a little bit. In the meantime, there will be some other album reviews. I'm looking to do a new one by Ted Nugent and a new one by Robin Trower. I'll listen to them first, see if I like them. And the self-titled Rammstein album, I have to review that as well, so I'll get that one done. So that's all. See you in the next one.